In terms of precipitation, which most people care about in the winter, December was actually quite wet for California. Arizona, had spotty above average conditions in Tucson and in the Four Corners region, and then, which includes New Mexico. Elsewhere, it was near average, slightly below average. Fast forward a month in January, California becomes bone dry, particularly in northern half of California. Southern Arizona gets above average precipitation. Four Corners still does well, and a lot of New Mexico is above average. Fast forward another month into February, California, for the most part, is still dry. The southern half of Arizona has been much below average. Four Corners still does pretty well.
Done well with a couple of recent storms.
The Four Corners region in New Mexico has done pretty much well for December, January, and February. And again, New Mexico in February saw a lot of its region experience above average precipitation. That being said, the snowpack conditions have not sort of reflected above average precipitation.
It's a story across the West this winter. I mean, if you look at the entire western U.S., you see some patterns of average to above average precipitation. This, I'm talking from Pacific Northwest all the way down to us. And if you toggle your map from, how much precip has fallen to how much snow has fallen, the big story in the Pacific Northwest is that they're coming in at near average precipitation with almost zero snowpack. We have a fairly similar problem in the far Southwest. Thankfully, Colorado and Utah have actually been able to store up some of that precipitation in the form of snow, which has not been the case across much of the West.
The Gila, the Salt, and other basins are much below average. All of them are coming in at below 50% of average. Southern New Mexico, the basins that have a snowpack there as well are all below 50% of average. The drought in California, even though December, with the atmospheric river that soaked a lot of California.
Yep. You remember back, that was a warm storm. And any storm that they've had subsequently has been a warm storm. Very high freezing levels. They would get precip that would come in, but they have not been able to build a snowpack along the Sierra this winter.
So another dire situation for California in terms of snowpack, and obviously that has severe implications for their water supply.